Okay, so we're getting the natural gravity and displaying that. So we have that information of which way is gravity. But what do we want to do to the ship to make it align? So we need to know what we want to align with what. And we have the gravity, but what we don't have is what part of the ship we want to be aligned with that. In this ship, it's the down vector from the cockpit. So we want the bottom of the cockpit to be aligned with gravity. Well, what is down and what is up? Well, the blocks each have their own up, down, left, right, bottom, side, so on. But the grid also has its own up, down, left, right. So if we turn on show grid pivot, it shows a little three-dimensional pointers for which way is each direction. Left, right, left, up, and forward. And in this case, actually, the forward is facing backwards, because that's just the way this one was made. See the Splitsie tutorial for more information about the grid pivot, and know especially that it can change when a ship is built from a projection, or if it's merged to another system. It'll change where that pivot is and which way it's facing. So you can't just write your code assuming which direction is which, because it can change. Alright, so here we are back in the code, and we're going to try and find out what is down. Here's the code to do that. So first, creating a matrix with the orientation. Using the first ship controller again, just like we are up here. It's still a little unsafe code because we're not checking to see that there actually is a controller, but let's ignore that for now. We're getting the orientation, and this is the grid orientation of the block, and we're getting that into the matrix of the orientation. And then what we want to use for the cockpit is down. The down pointer vector for the grid. And then we'll echo that so that we can see what it is. So let's save that, and I'll go to Tools, MDK, Deploy, Copy, Programmable Block, Edit, paste that code, and now it's showing us what the down is, the X, Y, and Z. In this case, it's actually integers for the orientation, for left, right, up, down, and so on. And this tells what the orientation on the grid is. Now we have the information we need to be able to align.